Hey, what is going on everyone? Konospans bringing you all a brand new Genshin Impact video, and today we are going to be doing the weapons tier list for both support and damage dealing Zhongli. The reason we're doing Zhongli before Yanfei is because on the community post poll, majority of you guys wanted to see the Zhongli tier list before Yanfei, so here we are. The way we're going to do this is we're going to go from fodder all the way to double S. I already have the tier list here for those of you who just want to see the tier list and dip. If you're excited for the video and you want to know why these weapons are in the places that they are, be sure to smash like. Comment down below if you agree and if you don't and what you would do differently. And let's just get into it. So in the fodder tier, it's no surprise that we have the 1 and 2 star polearm. Really no questions here. They're just fodder. Just feed it to any other weapon on this tier list, even if it's D tier. In the D tier, we have both the Dragon's Bane and Dragon Spine Spear. Funny that they both have dragon in the name. Dragon Spine Spear, really not going to be doing anything for support Zhongli, has low base attack, it has physical damage as a substat, and its passive is completely useless for a support Zhongli. Hence the bottom of D tier. At the top of D tier, there's the Dragon's Bane Spear. Again, a low base attack, elemental mastery, really not doing anything for a Geo character, and increases damage against enemies affected by Pyro or Hydro. Very situational, and is probably not something you're looking for, hence top of D tier. In C tier, we have two weapons, the beloved Crescent Pike and the Halberd. Crescent Pike is at the bottom of C tier because of that physical damage substat, which is doing nothing for a support Zhongli. And also the passive, it requires Zhongli to be on the field, but Zhongli's just going Shinra Tensei and then Shibok Tensei, and then he's off the field. He's not doing any normal attacks. So Crescent Pike, the only thing it has going for it is that very high base attack for a 4-star. Above Crescent Pike, we have the Halberd, which is a 3-star weapon. Halberd has pretty high base attack for a 3-star. At level 1, it is 40 base attack. It has an attack percent substat, which can help Zhongli do more damage on his support attacks. But like the Crescent Pike, its passive just isn't doing anything for it. In B tier, we have 4 weapons. At the bottom, that is going to be the craftable weapon, Prototype Star Glitter. This weapon has average base attack for a 4-star weapon, has energy recharge as a substat. Zhongli's energy cost for his planetary devastation is 40, so energy recharge isn't too huge for him, and the passive just doesn't do anything for him. All you can really get from this weapon is maybe sending a second meteor a little sooner. Same thing goes for the Favonius Lance, except it has higher base attack, meaning it will do more damage than Prototype Star Glitter. Above those two, we have the Black Tassel. Black Tassel has a alright base attack for a 3-star weapon, but more importantly, its substat is HP percent. Zhongli's Pillar, as well as his Meteor, does scale off of his HP percent, which is pretty solid. Not to mention his shield also increases with his HP. Passive increases damage against slimes, very situational, but hey, some extra damage every now and then. And lastly in B tier, we have the Royal Spear. Royal Spear has a very good base attack for a 4-star weapon, has attack percent as a substat, which is going to help us do more damage. And lastly, the passive really isn't going to do much. Maybe you'll get a little bit extra crit rate if your E skill does not crit. Maybe your Meteor will get an extra chance to crit. In the A tier, we have the beloved White Tassel. White Tassel has a base attack of 39, being a 3-star, which is pretty damn solid if I do say so myself. It has a crit rate substat, which is very important in late game because getting crit rate could be a pain in the ass. So crit rate is Pog, and its passive, I hate to say it, does nothing because it just increases normal attack damage, and we are not doing that with support Zhongli. Above the White Tassel, we have the 5-star weapon Skyward Spine. It's a surprise. 4 stars are beating the 5-star weapon. Skyward Spine's here because it has a dumb amount of base attack, being 674 at level 90, which is the highest in the game as of right now. It sadly suffers from this energy recharge substat, not really doing much for Zhongli. Maybe build up your Meteor a little faster if you don't have it on cooldown. And lastly, it gives you a little bit of crit in your passive, which is always nice, helps with building him. and the rest of the passive is just useless for Zhongli. At the top of A tier, we have the good old Blackcliff Pole. Blackcliff Pole has a pretty average base attack, however, it has one of the most important substats in all of Genshin, and that is going to be crit damage. Crit damage will help you get those huge hits when you do a crit hit. Unfortunately, the passive won't really come into play when you're a support Zhongli, so yeah, there's that. Now we're getting into the creme de la crop weapons for Zhongli, and first one is going to be the Lithic Spear. Lithic Spear is a new weapon that was added back in 1.3? Was it 1.3? It might have been 1.4. I'm not sure. Tell me in the comments below. But this weapon has 44 base attack at level 1, so very high for a 4-star. Has attack percent as a substat, great for dealing more damage, and the passive will actually work for Zhongli because every character from Liwei will give you some extra crit rate and some extra attack percent. And Zhongli's already one character from Liwei, so you're already getting a little bit of extra crit rate and attack percent. Even more characters and you're just adding to that buff, hence why it's in S. Above the Lithic Spear, we have the good old battle pass weapon for you light spenders out there, and that is going to be the Deathmatch. Yes, it does have a low base attack for a 4-star. However, it does have the highest crit rate substat for a spear inside of Genshin Impact. Also, the passive will be working all the time whenever you switch into Zhongli because it activates when there's 2 or 1 enemy nearby, and that'll just increase Zhongli's defense and attack percent. In S, we have the weapon that is supposedly made for Zhongli, and that is the Vortex Vanquisher. Yes, if we're talking about how it matches Zhongli, this weapon's a double S. However, we're talking more about performance here. Vortex Vanquisher, 46 base attack at level 1, meaning that it is in the middle ground for 5-star weapon base attacks. Has attack percent as a substat, which is very nice for Zhongli. The thing I really like about this weapon is that it increases your shield strength by an additional 20%, which is very nice. And if you decide to use your elemental skill before you use your meteor, you'll get 1 hit on an opponent, and according to the passive, 1 hit will give you 4% extra attack. And if you have a shield on, which you will have a shield because you used your elemental skill first, you'll have 8% extra damage on your meteor due to the passive, which I think is pretty alright, because more shield strength, more damage, that's pretty good for Zhongli. At the top of S, we have Zhao's weapon. Yes, Zhongli stole his Adepti's weapon, and that is going to be Primordial Jadewing Spear. No, we do not get full stacks on the passive. However, Jade Spear does have the highest base attack in the game at level 90, being 674, has 22.1% crit rate at level 90, which is very helpful when building Zhongli, allowing you to focus more into other stats. And yeah, it's just a very solid weapon. But there is one clear winner amongst these weapons, literally built for characters who scale off of HP, and that's going to be Staff of Homa. Staff of Homa has a very high base attack, not the highest in the game, but very high, being 46 at level 1. It gives you that oh so precious crit damage as a substat, and let me tell you, the crit damage substat is more crit damage than a level 25-star artifact gives you on your circlet. So that's a free circlet worth of damage plus maybe a substat. Very pog. And the passive is what makes this weapon stupidly broken. HP is increased by 20%. Great. We're doing more damage and our shield strength is increased because Zhongli scales everything off of HP. Additionally, we have an attack bonus based on 0.8% of our max HP, but we just got 20% more because we have Staff of Homa equipped. So hey, more attack. And when the wielder's HP is less than 50%, that attack bonus is increased by an additional 1%. So that attack bonus is now 1.8% of our HP, scaling off of all the other HP stuff that Zhongli has. Weapon is meant for HP percent characters, and because Zhongli's shield is so thick and nothing gets through it, nothing can penetrate it, you could just sit underneath 50% HP and rock the full benefits of Staff of Homa all the time, making it a clear winner and the only one deserving of a double S tier because nothing else can compete with it. And this is the tier list for support Zhongli. Take a picture of it, share it to your friends, do whatever. we're moving on to DPS Zhongli. Okay, so here is the tier list for DPS Zhongli. Some things have changed. We're going to go from top to bottom here, talking about the changes. So Jadewing Spear, it's in the same spot, but something to note is that the passive is now going to be working since we're going to be scoring hits on opponents, increasing our attack percent by 3.2% up to a max of 7 stacks, which is pretty awesome. Next is the Vortex Vanquisher. Similar to the Jadewing Spear, we're going to be able to put full effect of the passive in there because we are going to be scoring hits on opponents, increasing that attack percent, and that buff then gets increased when we have the shield on, which is just unbreakable. So full use of the passive, which is awesome. Crescent Pike has moved up several tiers into the S tier because we're getting full use of its super high base attack for a 4-star. We're getting full use of that physical damage now, and the passive stat on Crescent Pike is absolutely broken since it's an extra hit, scales off of physical damage, and it can crit independently, which is awesome, hence why it's in S tier. A tier, we got the Black Cliff Pole up here, and the Black Cliff Pole actually has a change now since it can take effect of its passive stat, because we are going to be killing enemies a lot more sooner, meaning we're going to have attack percent buffs going on and off depending how fast you do kill those enemies. Skyward Spine, similar idea, the passive is being used more now. Crit rate is still increased, but now our attack speed is faster, and we're doing some vacuum blade damage for some extra DPS. Dragon Spine Spear has also soared through the ranks, not as high as Crescent Pike though, because it does have a lower base attack and the passive just isn't as useful. We have the White Tassel down in B tier now. Due to that lower base attack, we do need a higher base attack for a damage dealing Zhongli. That crit rate is still helpful, but something to note is that the passive is increasing our normal attack damage by 24%, and that's only at refinement rank 1. So if you find these in chests, do be sure to refine it, and I believe that passive will go up to 48%, which can be absolutely huge and easily boost the weapon into an A tier spot. Royal Spear, we're going to be getting full use of its passive for those conditional crits more often. I still fucking hate that passive so much. I've said it in every one of my videos. Please change it, Mahoyo. Halberd, still a 3-star weapon, but we are going to be getting that prototype archaic passive effect going on where you just get that huge hit every once in a while. Favonius Lance, Star Glitter, nobody cares about energy recharge, hence it's in C tier. In D tier, we have the Black Tassel. Yes, it's giving us HP percent, but its base attack is just too low, and extra damage against slimes, no one cares. Dragon's Bane, easily the worst 4-star weapon for Zhongli, just because it just doesn't work. Elemental Mastery does not work with Geo characters. Low base attack, not helping us, and increased damage against Pyro or Hydro affected enemies. Very conditional. And then fodder is still fodder. Feed it to the rest of the weapons. And with that said, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Hopefully this helped you out. Be sure to drop a like if you did enjoy it and you did learn something new. Share it to those Zhongli players who you think may need it, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.